caught him again. Hi, John. What you doing?
Today's job is replacing a sprinkler head.
Uh-oh, what happened?
All right, so as you can see here, there was a head here.
Yeah.
Somehow the head disappeared.
Get out of
It
here. How does
pops
that
up.
happen?
Somebody might have hit it with a mower. Somebody could have kicked it. Maybe somebody somehow hit it. So now what I have to do is, I dig around to get this out.
Okay.
Which is like a protector.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dig down more, and then you just thread this thing out. So basically, next is I'm gonna dig.
Okay, so what you're saying is that'll screw out.
Yes.
Once you get dig down deep enough.
Yeah,
Got
you
it.
want to dig the dirt out of the way so it doesn't go down the pipe and clog it. See how I'm digging around it? And
Yeah.
I'm just working my way down.
Okay.
Which is very important. A lot of people try to do the quick way and just like this, and then they end up with water and things clog the pipe, and then they have more problems. That's why you got to take your time. You have to dig around it. See what I'm doing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not shortchanging it. You can, like I said, there's a quick way where you can just unscrew it and hope for the best, and then hope for the best screwing it back in. That's the dangerous way of doing it. I like to do it by just making sure all the dirt's out of the way, where it does not fall back into the pipe. Because I actually should have put this on a piece of cardboard too. That would have been smarter.
Oh, well.
But it's kind of like I'm only doing one, so it's kind of like all of a sudden I'm walking the yard and I'm like, oh, got a broken sprinkler head. Great. The other thing too is not that it matters for us at this moment, because we know our timers don't go off at this hour, but I shut off the water also.
Just to play it safe.
Yeah, just to play it safe, just in case somehow it goes off and all of a sudden water everywhere.
So this was the sprinkler head, if I'm not mistaken. Like here in the center, a smaller little tube popped up, and that's where the water came from, right?
Yeah, but we come up about
Because there's
this
so
side.
many different styles.
There really are. That's why what I like to do is I like to take it out, and I go to a sprinkler specialist that has a bunch of different ones in stock. We have quite a few different styles here in this house.
Does it matter what style gets used?
No, if you really had to, you can adapt something else.
Okay.
The easiest way to replace this would be to dig it out and, put the same one back, right? I mean, can you adapt something else? Yes. Then you might have to change the fitting, or, piece that it screws in, or, it's a matter of, ideally the quickest way to replace anything is to replace it with the same one. The minute you start changing things, well, what you're gonna run into. You can run into a fitting at the bottom that doesn't fit. It could turn out to be that it sprays differently than this one. Then you got to readjust it. If you get the same, it's a lot faster to replace versus trying to adapt something. So.
And I never understood from the get-go why the person who put these sprinklers in chose different types in different areas.
Yeah, very unusual. This house was
a mess.
It's almost like done like as if you would do it a commercial property. It has massive heads, massive sections, and it could have been done with a lot less. But I think somebody just at the time they were very eager to put in a lot of system. Why, I have no idea.
Athena, don't eat that.
All right, so as you can see, I'm getting to the point where see now I'm.
Good girl, stay here.
See how I'm going around the pipe?
Stay here. You want to say hi to everybody? I'll put you on camera.
Yeah, put the pretty girl on camera.
She walked away now.
At least she's quiet. At least you don't hear the barking noise. All right, so as you can see, I'm pretty much below the base of the sprinkler. See how I did that? I don't know if you can get that. See, if you look, see how I can angle the shovel all the way around?
Yep.
So now, I got no dirt's gonna fall in that pipe. Now I can just start turning. I'm gonna turn left. It's lefty-loosey, righty-tighty with these things. All right. So now we pull it out. It's unscrewing. Now, there we go.
All right, and
see, notice the pipe, how I dug below.
Yeah.
See how it's all below and nothing's falling in.
Yep.
And in fact, I'm gonna go like this to get some of that dirt from not falling in. We'll clean that later. But now let's go and get another sprinkler head time.
Okay.
So we're gonna just rinse this off so we can see, get a good view of it. He might have to look at this.
Okay.
Evidently it has, it's called K-ring. See now, there you go. There's the information.
Okay.
And then I'm pretty sure they measure this, and that is the height of it then.
And to be honest, I think it could go a little higher to get to the vegetable garden, but
What
we'll
you
see.
could, well,
We'll see. We'll see what he says. I'd like it higher if it's easy
we
to
could
just
maybe actually
replace.
accomplish that too.
All right, old man, how's your knee?
Oh, better.
Off camera, we took a little bit of a tumble.
Not a tumble, but my knee hurt.
Okay, so
all right, so we wound up
going to like a specialty sprinkler store, right? They were
Yes.
awesome.
one of the things that comes into play with these is they got to be put together.
And he put together for us, right?
Yeah, which was very nice. I don't want to mess it up, but this, like, you got to buy this nozzle. You have choices of buying different nozzles.
So you got to get the right nozzle
Right.
for that like canister.
So what we had is this, they call it a quarter nozzle, which is still adjustable. So you can go this way and to this way. Then they have the other ones
that are
go
wider.
even further.
Yeah.
So,
Wider and
so you
farther.
have choices with nozzles.
Okay.
But our last one had a blue nozzle. That's why I had him put the blue nozzle on.
Okay.
But he's very nice. He actually put them on for us, which was very nice. He gave me a little bit of a lesson. Because I don't deal with this every day. You tend to forget. So.
All right.
All right. So we decided. Okay, as you can see, there's different heights. Okay?
Yeah.
So with different heights, right? It's going to go into that tube. With it going into that tube, it's going to bring the unit up higher.
Right.
See how much higher it goes?
Yes.
All right, so we wanted more height here, and it did kind of sink over the years, so this is actually going to be a good idea. So we're going to this was Marguerite's idea, that we're going to put this one in, so just so it sprays well over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
She's always the brains behind the operation. She wants
Nah,
it to
I'm
work
just the woman
properly.
behind the iPhone camera. That's all I am.
Nah, that's not true. But we make a good team. She comes up with the good ideas. I come up with the mechanical skills to resolve the issue. She comes up with the good ideas. So right now, what we're going to do is we're to the point where we're at the pipe, right? We're going to go with the bigger, larger size.
And we're going to just
And it's a
screw it
matter
in,
of,
right?
you just want to make sure you catch the threads. You don't want to cross thread. You just go slow. So I take my time. Wiggle it a little bit. Okay, I feel like it's turning good. And I'm going to tighten it down. I just keep tightening it. Keep tightening it. Now, I'm getting close to the bottom. So I'm going to keep going. Keep going. And I'm going to go right there. Now, if you notice, you see the lines, right? See those little lines?
Mm-hmm.
Those lines are showing us the pattern it's going to do. So we're going to turn it a little more. So basically, it's going to give us a spray going in this direction.
Perfect.
All right. And then if I want to adjust it, right,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to take that little screw.
Mm-hmm.
And that adjusts the nozzle a little bit also.
Okay.
Gives you a little tuning. It's almost like you can tune it.
Okay.
All right. So we're up a little higher. We're actually real good, I think.
I think so, too.
We might have to add a little dirt, I'm thinking. But I'm going to put this dirt back. We're ready for that. Actually, you know what? Let's test it first.
Yeah, before you put the dirt back,
Yeah,
just in case.
See, we timed
However, it's
we
going to
timed
turn
that.
the dirt into mud.
Yeah, I should have put. That's a mistake I made. I should have put that on cardboard.
So why don't we put that
I gotta
in
find
a
a
pot?
piece of cardboard.
It's almost the same height as the other one. Now the other one's a little sunk.
Yeah, but look at the garden. You're actually hitting the fence running down the This one's fine.
Well, it's fine because the grass is mowed, but when the grass isn't mowed, it interferes.
You keep the grass mowed.
Yeah.
That one definitely needed to be high because now, if you look, you can see.
Now it's hitting everything.
It's hitting everything. This is hitting. We're actually hitting a lot with that one. If you watch the fence, you see water running down. All the plants are nice and soaked. Same thing over here. We're good now.
All right, that's it. We're done.
So basically, we'll show. We're taking a look. You look down at the bottom too. Make sure it doesn't.
Well, I don't want to
up.
get the phone wet.
You don't want to see like flooding water coming up.
Right.
That means you have an issue down there. So now
And
we're ready to
everything
put the
looks
dirt
good.
back.
Excellent.
I might tighten the top a little bit, and we're good.
Great.
All right, that's it. Mission accomplished.
Woohoo.